everyone. Good morning. Hi, everybody. Hey, everybody. Ngiyamkela masika ke lona uyamizi. I'm alone today. Siswam. Endlabahlala naye isitulo siyabanda. But ke akhondo. She's here at studio though. Udibukele ngenye angle engajambisiwe. But nonetheless, Somachiza is here. But Luanda, hashtag Ask Luanda is here. He's going to talk to us about, arrangements as a clinic, how it is, dabazimichamo, and tests and all of that. Otherwise, good morning, but Luanda, how are you this morning?
Good morning to you. Good morning to the listeners. I am good. Yeah, that sounds better.
Yeah.
I'm good.
All right. Siphatheleni namhlanje Somachiza.
Namhlanje, I think we want to talk about lando yabantu abathi nditestelwe yonke into, and mhlawumbi kwenziwe i-X-ray and then kwenziwa mhlawumbi netest eyi-1 yenye ngathi hayi akho nto ungayitestelwanga. Ubuqoma yes, the millions they'd have to pay for uba atestelwe
yonke into.
Utestelwe yonke into kodwa ubhatale 500. Hayi guys, come on. I am pressure.
So kahle Somachiza, zeziphi tests that are mandatory to take place this clinic?
So wrong umbuzo ndifuna ulungisa.
Okay.
Yeah. So the test igayidwa yile nto ugula yiyo.
Okay.
Nqwana amayeza bayezawugayidwa le nto ugula yiyo. So umuntu uyafika othi unauseous, yebo.
Okay.
Uthi hayi man uyamkela una 25, still at an age where they can be pregnant. You're like, ubusele ntoni ubutye ntoni hayi akho nto morning sick. Yeah.
Cut it off.
It's pregnancy test. Because then it's guided by the information uyifumanayo ba bekufanele ba lo muntu unayo le nto kutheni unar oko mandinari qho kusasa kwathi
something's off.
Pregnancy test. So we are not here to prescribe tests for abantu and say, we can ezinye, so we are going to say you want to do a pap smear if you are female, you are age 20 and above, you are sexually active, we want to do a pap smear. Because the pap smear is our jonga for any cancerous cells. Apha sifuna unqanda into nokwenza cervical cancer, right? Yeah. And when it comes to abantu abangotata, we also want to promote age 35, 40, umuntu makahamba yokwenza prostate test. Yeah. So that sizokwazi ukubona into ezifana ne-prostate cancer msinyane
before it progresses to the next stages as levels.
Yeah, so zikhona yes that we can prescribe for certain ages, for certain genders, but usually njengoba bendisitsho, the tests are sigayidwa yile nto lo muntu abefike epresenta yiyo.
All right. No, uyavakala Somachiza. So let's just say ndiyafika mne clinic feeling fluey. There's situations where clinics will take bloods.
Yeah.
Why? Because kaloku xa ndine fever, what does that have to do with mhlawumbi uba yinto ezabasegazini lam, that kind of thing?
Yeah. Again, look at what the doctor is suspecting. So I am feverish, disuka Mozambique, go trip yam. So I'm like, I man up. I can suspect malaria. So ndicela utsala amagazi so that ndizohamba ndiyotesta malaria. Zakwenza umzekelo, there's someone who is diabetic. Umuntu diabetic sifuna into uba makazijonge i-blood sugar yakhe every now and then.
Okay.
Unawo umtshina nawo pha kuye endlini. So we'll call that point of care testing. Utesta up, ayihamba yindawo, testa up result iphuma up. Uzomane sijonga, sithi zijonga mhlawumbi before utye so that izobona i-blood glucose yakho ithini na. But every 3 months sinento sithi i-glycemic index esifuna uyijonga uba lo muntu ume njani na. So every 3 to 6 months we can do i-test ezasixelela intoba le swekire yalo muntu overall ingaba ime njani na, and naphayana sizawuthi sithi we have a goal of we want the result to be below 7. So xa ifike sithi 8, 9,
above
10
7,
we have issues there. Yeah, we have umuntu HIV positive and we are saying, listen, njengoba usebenzisa izipilisi, we want to see the viral load dropping mayinganyuki i-level yegciwane apha kuwe emzimbeni kodwa you're on treatment yebo and then after inyanga ezinga silindele into yoba la result xa ibuya mayibuye isithi the viral load level is below detectable yebo so if the viral load was at 50,000 after so many months sayijonga silindele into yoba mayihle kanga and then if again you know njengoba simane siyitesta we siyayazi into yobana we have a goal so zikhona ii-tests where sijonga the progress of treatment njengomzekelo le bendiyithetha yalo mntu who is diabetic
the diabetic
the
person.
blood pressure test for lo mntu une-blood pressure uyayijonga into yoba ingaba le treatment iyasebenza ngohlobo efana isebenza ngalo
Yes.
iyenyuka na i-CD4 count yalo mntu uyayibona zikhona ii-test where you want to detect disease yebo or you want to akaguli mhlawumbi umuntu pregnant but once you do the pregnancy test you know exactly what is going
What's
on
the issue?
i-traffic officers zizawukwenza into ekuthiwa yi-breathalyzer sifuna ujonga into yobana bungakanani na utywala
Emzimbeni.
obulapha emzimbeni
Are those always accurate, by the way? Because
yeah based on the machine obviously so is the instrument that is being used being serviced na
okay.
But assuming that everything is 100% i-breathalyzer is iyaqala yona indicator uba kwenzeka ntoni na yebo so iyaxela uba lo muntu ebesele lo but over and above that a more accurate test iyafuneka which is the le yegazi that's why laa nto ze-traffic zizamthatha zimse esibhedlele uba makayotsala amagazi izokwazi uba kubuye ingxelo enesihlahla nomhluzi you know egcweleyo.
Apart from urine test and you know, pregnancy tests and all of that, what other tests are there like is relevant to izigulane?
I mean,
why?
you have like umzekelo X-ray.
Okay. Yes.
You've got the ultrasound. They want the ultrasound for umuntu pregnant. Okanye mhlambe kula ultrasound kuzawujongwa ezinye izinto, kuzawujongwa your spleen, your pancreas, kuzawujongwa your kidneys. So umuntu could still use an ultrasound uzamujonga i-tissues ezilapha ngaphakathi. You have an MRI, you have a CAT scan for ukujonga ingqondo, for ukujonga nezinye indaba emzimbeni. Uyayibona laa nto ithandwa gqithi phaa kwezi film nezi series.
Ndiyayibona.
Umuntu aphushwa angene phaa kuthiwa makangamuvi. Very, very, very expensive. So usually tests siqala uma mfana iyayazi ke le nto uba sithi we don't want to shoot a fly with a bazooka.
Okay.
When it comes to into ezakwa-health. So we always try to test the simplest thing, the eyona nto ifumaneka lula, eyona nto that is less expensive, and then we move complicator condition by we've done it test ethile ayibonakali, we've done it ikhona a test that is more specific, and then ke siza kwenza yona umzekelo if the test are HIV,
okay,
you have a finger prick test. A finger prick test, it nayo i-percentage yokunika false positive. Yeah? Some percentage could be 1%, it could be less than 1%, but ikhona. So if lo mntu testile and we are getting a positive result, kule finger prick, siyakwazi ukuthi sizayiconfirma with an ELISA. So sizatsala igazi silithumele lab, and this test is more expensive. Ayiyo la 30 rand, 50 rand.
Yeah, that you can get in any retail.
Yeah. Then uzawuthatha ke ngoku lena siyise straight lab, and then phayana sizawuyazi ke ngoku once naleya ibuye i-positive uba
So just because undiprikile and then quickly you are confirmed it doesn't necessarily mean now I have this thing buntestela yona, whatever it could be.
There's a percentage accuracy. So we are confident most of the time. So I can say 99.5% of the time, we are confident that the finger prick test is going to work. This does depend on the manufacturer. The conversation can get academic and complicated. Which test kit, who is the manufacturer? And then the other complication is the actual pathology or the actual science. If I'm doing a finger prick test, I am not testing for HIV. Just by the way, I am testing for HIV antibodies. What are antibodies? Once you ube ne-pathogen apha emzimbeni or low foreign matter, une-COVID, unentondoni, umzimba, your immune system elicits amajoni azawuhamba yolwa nale nto. So akhona ke ngamajoni are specific to i-COVID, amajoni are specific to i-flu, amajoni are specific to HIV. That is what we are testing for. So that's why ungakwazi ndoba ufumane HIV namhlanje wenze finger prick test namhlanje, because it takes time for your body to release those antibodies. Yiloo nto ke usisithi hayi there's a window period. So is after 2 months, is after 3 months. Noba sowutestile namhlanje asikwazi uyithatha le test.
Yeah, confirmation inokwenzeka.
Phinde uze kwakhona after inyanga ezithile, because you could be in the window period. In the window period, the definition here is that it's the time it takes for your body to create these antibodies. Kanti yona leya celeb itest HIV ubuqwa ijikelezi.
Interesting. If you've just joined us, Kempulapul now Mukeli, we're talking to Somachiza today. It's Wednesday, you know how it is. So he's just giving us basic tests as Koyo that partakes in clinics and figures in Zimbabwe, etc., etc. So Somachiza, one more thing that I think I want to ask, in terms of gay tests, what's wrong with doing zongi tests all at once? Don't like
it's not clever.
Okay.
Yeah. So abantu xa nabo bebona abantu abakhula athi yeah now I'm going to test
yonke le nto ingxaki doing
so
that
funny. Ayikho bani into njalo because ufika usithi ndibetheke kule ndawo.
Okay.
So ke ngoku mna ndinguqha ndiyokwenza i-x-ray. Kukho indlela endifuna lithambo lwengalo, awuzufika phaa usikume nje uthi hayi nenze x-ray. Kukho indlela exele ndingugqirha ndixelela i-radiograph uba le joint xa niyenza i-x-ray ze niyiveze ngolu hlobo ngoba lo mntu uthi upetyeke kanje. Uyayiva ne? So ke ngoku xa ungenanto at all, can you imagine how do I know at the x-ray at what angle do I want the bone? Something x-ray, something that's very simple. And then imagine testing for izigulo ezingekhoyo nobakho in the country. You know, so you're testing for Zika virus, you're testing for
things that don't exist, Nyan.
Yeah,
you know,
that's just not gonna happen.
It's not medically possible to test for yonke into.
It is. It's just not. It's just not advised. It's just not. It's just not clever. And I come to that's just the other thing. Like, no medical aid is going to pay for that.
For testing for yonke.
Pharmacist and this is why I'm testing for land. And then ke ngoku uyakwazi uba uyenze lo test le. Abantu mabaqhilane. So I think la nto usually ithethwa ngumuntu ongafuni umane siya kwagqirha. Qhelana nje wena umane usiya kwagqirha. Yebo, and then kuzomane kutestwa lena namhlanje. When kutestwa lena namhlanje. It's the conversation of how you eat an elephant, and someone says a bite at a time. So ayizukwenzeka ngoba you have one doctor visit and kutestwa yonke into. Even umuntu osesibhedlele kuyakwazi uba kuthiwe we tested for this, sicinga uba yile nto lanayo sitreat, and then hayi man it's not working. Then kuphinde kutestwe yabo ngela xesha la mntu phayana. So it's a fallacy. People must just bayikhuphe nje engqondweni. It's not real. It's just never going to happen.
It's not real.
Yeah.
You know what I'm picking up here is that someone is basically saying ba sanuqhwesha utesta ngokuthi niteste le yonke into ngexesha elinye. It's possible, but there's no way ungatestela yonke into, because to some extent ugula into ethile that is not relevant to you testing for every single thing. So it's not possible in a way, but it's doable depending on loo nto ugula yiyo and what the doctor prescribes, right?
Yeah. But yes, you know, if lo mntu othi, you know, umchamo wami uyaqhatha nale problem awuzuhamba uyotesta into ezinokwenza nendlebe mhlawumbe. You want to know is this a UTI, is this an STI, can there be infection here? And you know that I need to mention is that the test can be more expensive than the treatment. Sakwenza umzekelo, uyafika umuntu ukhala ngesitshisa apha nendoni iyacacisela, uyabo, kukho into ekuthiwa yi-endoscope. Ufaka ikhamera apha emlonyeni, yehle le camera iyojonga phaa esiswini uba kwenzeka ntona. Do we have ulcers? What exactly? You know, do we have a hernia? That test is very expensive. And ukunika lo muntu just a pill as our controller, the acid could just be like 100 rand or 50 rand. Umnika an antacid, and then they're fine, you know. So you might have to investigate at times, and at times you might have to treat without the investigation, you know. So enye into that's very important, you know, besichazile ngalento ye-HIV nomahluko in the testing.
Yes.
There's into mhlambe uyomuntu one-TB and umuntu angayazi loba le TB can affect different tissues or different organs in the body. So you have this patient uneza TB symptoms, akana appetite, uluzi weight, uyabila ebusuku. So kuthiwa makakhohlele kuze ayojongwa i-TB, xa ebuya i-clean. Now uthi ke ngolona hayi lo muntu akana TB, but lo muntu could still have TB, but i-TB eseswini, i-TB esemathanjeni, yebo. So ke ngoku awuzukwazi umkhohlelisa. Where you take the sample will be different, because if the TB is in the lungs, ungathatha isikhohlelo, but if the TB is in the stomach, then you have to collect the sample in a different way. If the TB is in the bone, you have to collect the sample in a different way. Yeah.
All right. I guess Yabulela Somachiza for such informative knowledge this morning. And yeah, it's interesting. It's very interesting to know in Dokokba. A lot can be done as clinic today. And just also, Somachiza, are all these equipment now available because clinics, because we're speaking of clinics, we didn't say hospitals. So are they available? The equipment is these camera ones, the ones you just mentioned.
Okay, so in the Naitati is that we have primary healthcare.
Okay.
We have Gulando of a fly and a bazooka. Zindo nizinto abantu abaninzi abagula zizo. So urhulumente uyayijonga le nto ajonga ukuba okay, mostly I will have to check blood pressure, mostly I will have to check this. These tests are primary care needs. Then I must make these ones available at every clinic.
Of course.
Sometimes kufuneka i-endoscopy apho umuntu kuza jongwa kufakwe camera kuthi no, we won't have this at the clinic. Abantu abanalento bambalwa, and we can maybe have them at a regional hospital or at a tertiary hospital, and then that's where you will find it, not at the clinic.
Nice. Interesting. So I've visited clinics before. Zange ndayibona zandazibona machines ne-cameras jonga. But thank you so much Kriza, for such again informative knowledge, and let's hope they took something from what Kriza was saying, and also they know better now in terms of clinic mabathini ungafika uthi pha hayi teste yonke into kodwa ugula inhloko, for example, you know. So it's one of those things. All right, is there anything else you'd like to add, maybe?
No. I think we've pretty much covered it. All
right.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for also having me as well. All right, so that was Uput Luanda. Ask Luanda. Also, before we go, where are you available?
Luanda's Pharmacy and Clinic. Tiqashiwe pha ngomnye ubhuti Luanda. Pha eMalinda, main road.
Uqashiwe ngomnye ubhuti pha.
Man, so ndikhe ndimane ndibiza nee-meetings naye, yebo, ndimbhalele mphathi uba hey mphathi wami, ndicela uhamba ndiye ereyidweni namhlanje, ufika ngexesha elithile, yebo.
All right.
I'm an employee
of
a company.
Okay, social media networks, all of that come up like hashtag
Ask Luanda. Ask Luanda website, askluanda.co.za. Social media tags at Ask Luanda. If ilula, great.
The pharmacy ke ento angayichazi but it's the Amalinda. It's ilapha endleleni nje xa ugqitha ibhaliwe Luanda's Pharmacy mazi ke xa sithi we employee, but it's named after him, the pharmacy itself. So do go there. If you have anything or klupayo, even now, even today, he will try and be of your service. All right, thank you very much, Keba Pulapul and Babukeli. Same time, same place next week Wednesday. So Pete or Ask Luanda, Put Luanda. Thank you and goodbye.